Hi, it's Hannah here with a very belated introduction to Capricorn. Apologies to all the Capricorn folk out there. I hadn't forgotten you. It's just literally this is the first chance I've had to record a video on Capricorn. So here goes. I was always taught that Capricorn was the mountain goat. So he is the one who climbs slowly and steadily up the mountain and doesn't give up until he reaches the top. Capricorn as a sign is not known for being quick and dynamic, and they can be quite humble. They can go one of two ways. They can be quite humble, but they can also really want that recognition that they have got to the top of their game. So you'll often find Capricorn folk as the CEO of a big company or at the top of their game in sports or athletics or politics or show business. They like to be at the top of their tree, but they will take their time getting there. They're ruled by Saturn, which is grandfather time. So they're never in a hurry. They like to do things meticulously and properly and make their way to the very top of the tree. Capricorn in mythology was actually the sea goat, and I'd never heard of a sea goat. So he had a goat's head and body and a fish's tail, apparently. And I've just learned that he lives in the sea area of the sky. I didn't even know there was a sea area of the sky, but evidently there is. So it's quite interesting that he's with other water connected kind of signs, not other water signs, but other signs that connect into water, like Aquarius. So the next sign that the sun's going into after Capricorn will be Aquarius. That's the water carrier. And then after Aquarius, we have Pisces, which is the two fish swimming in opposite directions. But anyway, the way I like to remember Capricorn is more like a mountain goat. So the one that takes their time getting to the top of their tree. They are brilliant business people. They like everything to be done properly. They're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the last of the inner planets. He's like a boundary planet. He's very heavy and made of lead. And he's got like rings, gas rings around him. So Saturn represents boundaries, structure, doing things properly, but also being restricted. He rules construction and people who work in construction. And he's the last of the inner planets. So the three outer planets, which is Neptune, Uranus and Pluto, they were discovered relatively recently, and the old astrologers, their planets stopped when they got to Saturn. So Saturnian people like Capricorn are very into work and career, generally speaking, but also making sure that everything is done properly, making sure there's financial security, making sure the rules are followed. And if there aren't any rules, we put some rules in. And, you know, there's definitely a place for that. Some people say, oh, Capricorn's like not really fun. They're not very much known for their sense of humour. I know quite a few funny Capricorns. They can often be quite serious people, though. You know, they're not jovial like Sagittarius folk. But, you know, we need all kinds of people on this planet, and we do need Capricorn. They're the ones who will often see really good traits in other people that might not be seen by others, if that makes sense. They're really good at talent spotting. So if you have a Capricorn boss, they will notice good things in you that they want to bring out and develop. And that's a really good thing in the workplace. In terms of health, Capricorn rules the knees. So think of the mountain goat. Again, forget the sea goat for a minute, but think of the mountain goat. They have to get on their knees to graze, because if they're on a steep mounted slope, they need to stand up at the back and get on their knees to be able to graze. So that's how I remember Capricorn. Some people say, well, they need to remember to be humble and get on their knees as well, but I won't comment on that. But being ruled by Saturn rules all the structures of the body, like it rules structures elsewhere in the universe. So it rules bones, tendons, joints, skin, and Capricorn can rule other things as well, like flu, interestingly, because flu season as well is tends to kind of really ramp up when Capricorn with the sun moves into Capricorn, which is the winter solstice. So those are my topics for this month. We will delve into some other things if we have time, but that is Capricorn. If you've got any questions, please do get in touch. Likewise, if you want to join my new mailing list, because I'm putting a lot more detail about the star signs and the herbs that are ruled by those signs and the illnesses and how to deal with those illnesses in my new monthly newsletter. So I'm not doing weekly ones anymore. There is still a little menopause element to each newsletter, but we're also broadening out the topics to talk about more things that relate to the rest of the family as well. So if you want to join that newsletter, it's pretty good, even if I do say so myself. Please do send me your email address and I will pop you on the mailing list. I'm Hannah from Herbology. If you've enjoyed this, please share it and I will see you again soon.